Tuesday. Let's make some money. Oh, yeah. It's last minute betting with the Sports Nuts, your quick fix for sports betting, starring Mike LaGrasso. There he is right there, folks. Ladies and gentlemen. Brought to you by OddsJam, the premier odds comparison company in the universe. That's right. Don't forget, we got the Discord link below. And also, don't forget shop.oddsjam.com, where you can get this cool hat and that cool hat. And you'll see a shirt here in a bit and all that kind of good stuff. And don't forget, get 20% off your new OddsJam subscription. Use this code Bob20 or Mike20. Yes. And Brian is here with us. Got the Lucky OddsJam merch on. Let's go. Yes.
Let's go.
Money time. Mike, are you ready for tonight? We have got an XFL expert guru on tonight.
Yes, we do, Bob. We have, no pun intended, Bob, we have the voice of the XFL, huh?
I was hoping you would do that. Yes, we do. And we didn't even plan that. Yes, make that money.
Smart, man. I'm smart, man. That's a great marketing campaign. Great.
I know. And to introduce you to the voice of the XFL, Greg the Voice. That's right. All right.
Woo! I like it. The voice. I was wondering if that was going to get thrown out.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm thinking we should make a show and call it The Voice.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm cool with that. The guru thing, not as much. You know, it reminds me too much of John Hanson, but
yeah,
I don't mind the voice. That's okay.
Yeah, well, there's already a show called The Voice. It's that singing show. So
it could be a copyright.
You better stop talking about that, Bob. We're on YouTube, and they will shut us down.
I was thinking that maybe you could do it like you'd have to sing your bets.
Yeah,
you don't want none of that. No, you would lose viewership if that happened.
I'll play some background music to it.
Tony cashes the Boston College plus 154 money line. He's dropping college baseball bangers. And there he is. Thanks for the XFL winners, Greg, from Tony.
No problem.
Very good. Yes. So what we're going to do here is we are going to start off with Greg. We're going to talk about week 6 in the XFL, and then we're going to talk about the upcoming week 7 in the XFL. We are all Battlehawks fans here. St. Louis, right. And we got one thing to say to y'all. Caw-caw! So, and we will be talking a little bit of baseball here too, because Greg's going to the home opener, Mike.
Awesome.
Cardinals Blue Jays.
Yeah.
I've got to tell you this before we talk about that. Mike said earlier, you better watch out. Blue Jays might just come in and sweep the Cardinals.
No.
Yeah, I know.
Can't let that happen. Absolutely not. It's going to be a nice day for baseball. The weather's supposed to be good, so we're looking forward to it.
Pumped.
Good deal.
Can't wait. Battle of the Birds.
You got anything to say about that, Mike? Blue Jays sweeping the Cardinals?
Well, I'm just saying I wouldn't be. I'm worried about the Cardinals pitching. I'm worried about the starting pitching. Toronto has some quality. I mean, you're going to get a guy tomorrow, Manoah, who's pretty darn
tomorrow.
Good.
Thursday.
Or Thursday. I'm sorry. It feels like it starts tomorrow.
I wish it was tomorrow.
Yeah. That's how hype we are about baseball. It feels like tomorrow, but we got to wait an extra day. But I'm pumped. I'm ready for baseball season. Let's get into it. Can't wait.
All right. Let me share my screen. And Greg, we are going to talk some XFL right now. Let's look here at what you got with week 6. And you are 15-5 through 3
Oh, yeah.
weeks.
Typo. That was through 5 weeks.
5 weeks. Okay.
We
All
got
right.
hurry before the show, and I sent you the wrong snippet. So
Oh, that's all right. That's all right. So you hit everything last week.
yeah, I went 4-0 last week. The previous week I went 2-2. Yeah, last week week 6. I mean, it just got over last night. It seemed like an eternity that Saturday was the first game with Orlando. It was the first time we had a Monday night XFL game last night, and it was a lot of fun to watch. But yeah, things got off really well on Saturday. Orlando has been playing, even though they haven't won a game yet. Ever since they benched Paxton Lynch, they've been playing so much better on offense. Their defense, they still can't stop really anything. They did a little better this week, though, against Seattle, who's got a really good passing game. So that one worked out really well. And then I was smiling from ear to ear when I saw -3 for our Battlehawks. Now, I didn't think it was going to be this much of a blowout, but I was really confident in the -3. And, man, they really came to play. It was a great game to watch. Sunday, though, San Antonio and Arlington. That was a rematch from the previous week, and I lost that game the previous week. I had San Antonio +3, and it was a 12-10 game where Arlington won. There's a couple turnovers that were pretty costly for San Antonio, and I went right back to them because I just figured, even though they had a bunch of injuries, I just had a good feeling about them and looking at some of the stats, and it worked out, but it was very boring football to watch. It really sloppy game. They even had Kurt Benkert. If you remember Kurt Benkert from the Falcons, Packers, 49ers. He's awesome on social media. He's a big gamer. He came to play after just a couple of days of being with the team and was flinging the ball around a bit, and they still beat San Antonio. They only had 51 yards of passing, San Antonio did, and 111 yards rushing, and they still won. So that tells you what you need to know about Arlington. They're not a good team.
Yeah.
Randall wants to know, Greg, what is the overall season record? You have been just crushing it. Jordan says, "What's up, boys? Let's win some money." Stephen Smith is in the building. So, Greg, to Randall's question, what is the overall season record?
I am 19-5, but I'll admit early on there is a lot of luck involved, especially week 1. I mean, you're just looking at what's on paper. And I remember on one of your shows, I messaged you guys and I said, hey, Vegas looks awesome on paper. Well, they're not that good either. And I got that one wrong because they played DC, or that was actually, I got the game wrong week 1. Seattle played against DC, and I had Seattle and DC won. So now we're getting a lot more data, and there's only 8 teams. So that's the good thing about it. Unlike the NFL with all the teams. Yeah, there it is. It's really different.
That is a great record, man. That really is just crushing it, Greg.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, I can't just tell you how impressive that is, especially with a league that we don't have a lot of data to go by. I mean, that is really impressive, man.
Yeah.
A lot of it just watching the games, and looking at some stats. Yeah, thank you. That last game that was last night, I was a little worried about getting a clean sweep. I don't know if you guys watched the game, but Houston came out and they really stopped DC's run game, which is what they're really known for. They're not a team that slings the ball around a lot, but they started doing that last night. They changed it up. They started passing. Houston didn't know what to do. DC started blitzing like crazy. Houston was just stunned on offense. And then the second half of the game, DC had more of a balanced offense, and they were on at the end.
Randall and I, we're talking today. You might want to turn your speaker down there, Greg. Randall and I were talking today, and honestly, that other division that Houston is leading, honestly, it's a weak division, and there's going to be a good team, either Seattle or St. Louis has the possibility of not making the playoffs. And that's the sucky part about the whole thing. I wish they did it by your best record overall instead of the top 2 teams in each division. You know what I mean?
Agreed.
Yeah, and as Randall said, in picking every game. So, I mean, it's not as if he's skipping, you know. I mean, he's picking every single game. And yeah, that's really, I mean, I don't care what you're handicapping or picking or diving into, whatever you want to call it. That's hard to do, and that's impressive.
I agree 100%. All right, let's get to week 7. You've got Seattle minus 4.5. This Brahmas and Vipers game, what are you telling me here?
That's a note for myself. It's basically right now the spread is 3 points.
Okay.
There are still a lot of injuries on San Antonio, and I really was leaning more so if they're healthy would be San Antonio, but we need to wait and see. And I think it's going to be a really close game. So if I do bet that, it's going to be super light because it's just not worth it. It's going to be a tough one. That might be one to consider, you know, with San Antonio, though, like if the Vipers are the healthier team, I might have to actually consider the money line, but we don't know yet. Just have to wait.
Okay. And you kind of switched on this. I thought the other day you were talking about the Guardians plus 9.5, but I think DC is just going to blow their butts out of the.
Oh yeah, when we were on Twitter, and I had, you know, like, look, my eyes lit up when I saw the minus 9.5. I know it's a lot of points, but Orlando hasn't won a game. Their offense is much better, but their defense is just horrible. And so I would expect this to be a massive blowout. So I already bet this game too. I think Randall wasn't in agreement, and he liked the points, and I get that on the short week totally. So that's the fun of it. We'll just see. We'll see what happens Saturday.
Yeah, that coach from Orlando, he's not a very patient guy.
No, he's not.
Not at all. And then you've got St. Louis plus 3. I think they're a better team than the team they're playing. I don't think they're very good. I don't think they're as good as the Battlehawks. And especially if McCarron is going to play like he played. I'm going to stop sharing my screen here.
Yeah.
Bring you up here. If McCarron plays like he was playing the other day, and he was really good. Really good Saturday.
I agree with you, and like I said, those are just kind of notes for me, and it is more of a lean. But I think part of it is the games that I have lost have usually been betting on my Battlehawks. It's happened twice against DC, so I think I'm a little hesitant. But as the week goes on, it gets closer. You know, I'm probably going to end up going with St. Louis and getting the 3 points. So it should be a good game.
Yeah, absolutely. So there you got it, folks. You have XFL data. I mean, here you got a guy who's 19-5 and picked every single game. And all I can do is I got to take my hat off to you.
Oh, thank you. I wish I could do that in the NFL, but I can't.
Well, that's because the NFL, they don't know what the heck they're doing. They got it. I'm going to tell you right now, the NFL has got to adopt this replay system. This is just ridiculous. How quick Dean Blandino can make a call, and he's pretty well making every call.
Mm-hmm. It makes for good TV.
Well, yeah, and it's not hard.
It does.
The transparency is great.
Yeah,
it is.
I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, and his explanations of it and quick, decisive, and straight to it. I mean, it's the way they fit that into the game, and it's better than seeing those guys standing over there for 15 minutes. It feels like talking, and it's like, come on, guys, give us the call already. I mean, what is the holdup? You know, I mean, it's a thing of beauty.
And Blandino was with the NFL. He was ahead of the officials. I mean, come on. Why did you let a guy like that go who can say immediately, I see ball on the ground?
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't take that long, I'm just saying.
Yeah, and some of the rules too that they have. I know there's some talk about, is there anything they want to bring into the NFL or consider bringing in from the XFL, and man, the kickoffs are
Oh, God,
fun.
yes.
The extra points, they're
Yes.
great. The 1, 2, and 3,
Yes.
I don't think they'll ever do it. The 4th and 15 instead of an onside kick, that would make for some. Can you imagine the Bills Chiefs game, that playoff game that went back and forth, and then it deciding with a coin toss and the Chiefs won?
Yeah.
Can you imagine that game with 4th and 15 too? I mean,
Yeah, absolutely. Very good point.
And the kickoff is great. I mean, it still makes it part of the game. It takes, I get what they're trying to do there, eliminating the hard collisions by having guys darting down the field, getting a full head of steam instead. It kind of makes it like where you can come up with design blocking schemes easier within that. And some of those electrifying runners still have a chance to run one back. I mean, I love it.
And you can't kick it into the end zone.
And that's what usually happens.
You got to have a kickoff return.
Yeah, I love it. I
know, I do too. You know how bad I miss kickoff returns? It was such an exciting part of the NFL, man.
Oh, yeah.
You never knew when a guy would take it to the house,
Agreed.
Yeah.
All right. Let's check things out here. Jordan, yes, he's loving the XFL too. And Jordan and Randall will be on Thursday. We may have a point counterpoint, like they used to have on Saturday Night Live with Dan Aykroyd and Jane Curtin. But we're going to have a point counterpoint. If the two of them are going to face off on this Miami and Connecticut game. Randall's on UConn, and that Jordan is all over Miami. Garage League, as I say. And by the way, very good word, transparency. Oh, can't wait for the USFL, my breakers to start again. Okay, Daniel. Well, we may get into a little USFL, but
I might have to start watching it.
I like that play too, Daniel. Under in Boston, Nashville.
Yep. Good one. Good one. All right, Mike, you have a parlay, I'm sure. And what's your parlay? What's your parlay do last night?
I mean, Minnesota money line was no problem, no issues at all. I mean, it was Buffalo choking that game away last night, getting us into a shootout and losing. I mean, Buffalo does not deserve to make the playoffs. You can't beat Montreal when you need that game really bad. So I'm going to take the same approach tonight with another team that needs this game really bad, and they should win. Maybe I'm stupid because it screwed me last night. But, I mean, where's the desperation at, Bob? I mean, it's time to win these games here down the stretch if you're wanting to make the playoffs. And the first bet that I've got, first leg, I took Pittsburgh.
There you go.
They've got to win this game. I mean, they're barely holding on to a playoff spot. You got Detroit coming in that's 3-7 in their last 10. So they've got their backup in net tonight. He's been awful. 2-6-2 record. Save percentage below almost 88%. 3.8 goals against average. I mean, this guy's just getting lit up. Should be good spot. I'm sorry, Jordan, but the Red Wings are just they're not making the playoffs either. Pittsburgh's got to have it. I got to roll with the Penguins on the money line. And the second leg, I'm going with Carolina. Won 3 out of their last 5, 8 out of their last 12 at home. They're dynamite at home, as you know. They're good on the road as well, but they're something to deal with when they're at home. One of those games recently, they beat Tampa Bay 6-0 early in March. Tampa Bay has not been playing good, Bob. They are getting lit up. Your boy Vasilevsky, I don't know what's going on with this Tampa Bay team, but they're getting lit up recently. 12 goals in their last 3 road games, man. I mean, they're just getting tore. They can't win on the road, Bob. Tampa Bay, if it's not in Florida, they can't win. That's just been the story for them this year. They're not good on the road. Lost 4 in a row. Struggling to find the back of the net as well. When you look at that, they've scored 7 goals in their last 4 games overall. So I'm taking Carolina on the money line as well.
I like it.
Okay, I'm going to ask our guest here. Greg, what do you think about that parlay?
I like it. I was on that Pittsburgh game actually before you said anything, and I was hoping that's the one you were going to pick because I know I watched the show quite a bit, and I know you've been iffy, and it's hard to figure out Pittsburgh. But like you said, Detroit doesn't have anything to play for. Pittsburgh has everything to play for. So I like it. I know DeSmith's going to be in tonight.
Yep.
And he played really well in his last game. So, yeah, I like it. The second game with Carolina, I'm with you there too. So last night I was a little iffy on the parlay. I was scared about the Minnesota game. And so who am I to say? But no, I like it. I'm going to put a sprinkle on that for sure before 6 o'clock.
Right.
Yeah, that was the same for me. Minnesota one was the one I was most worried about. And that one, they just blew the brakes off Seattle. I mean, it was like, you got to be kidding me, Buffalo.
Jordan says the Penguins are going to win by 3 tonight.
Ooh.
Yeah, with that guy in net, whoever he is.
Here's and I took the Red Wings plus 1.5. So,
oh, you're crazy.
Yeah, I'm probably dead. Well, what do you guys think about the Rangers puck line? Steven Smith wants to say. Greg, what do you think?
Well, I was just looking on my phone here to think of who's in goal for him. It's Hutchinson.
Right.
I mean, Hutchinson gives up lots of goals, so I don't have a problem with that. I really don't. Okay. And Shesterkin's going to be in, so
right.
A good play.
Yeah, and you look at the Rangers. I mean, they've won a cup. They've been hot once again, and the only games they haven't covered the puck line, they played Carolina. They won 2-1. You expect that. Carolina's a good team, right? They played the Panthers, beat them 4-3, but before that, 7-0, 6-0, 4-2. I mean, it's Columbus. They're garbage. I mean, one of the biggest disappointments of the season. A lot of people thought Johnny Hockey coming to Columbus, Ohio, was going to take them to the promised land. Well, he's playing like Johnny Football right now because he's awful.
Agreed.
Did you go to comedy school before the show? Because you're quick with a quip today, man. My goodness.
I'm just winging it, man. I'm not.
No, maybe you should do that more often.
Maybe so. Zero preparation for any of this. But yeah, I love the Rangers on the puck line tonight. I would jump on that one as well. Makes you wonder why I didn't put them in my parlay, huh?
Yeah. All right.
So busy, man. I had to rush it. No.
We have Greg on tonight. We got Jabari is on tomorrow night, so it's going to be NBA and Prize Picks heaven, baby. And then Randall and Mr. Thackeray on Thursday. Friday, we don't have anybody booked yet, but hopefully. And by the way, Greg, you're more than welcome to bring your XFL into any show that we're doing, in the chat or what have you, because we love it. Yeah. Okay. And nobody around, I'm going to tell you right now, there is nobody around that is touting the XFL on betting shows like we are.
I agree. We don't see it.
No. And it's extremely important. I think it's going to stick,
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I've already seen a report they're coming back next year. So for season 2. So.
Good. And that's great. Let's hope they come back for many more seasons to come. When you got Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, and how the hell can you go wrong to guys everywhere? All right. So, Mike, you're going to pull up the Positive EV page, or we're going to go Prize Picks. Which one is it?
We'll do a little bit of both, I would say. I'm
Greg,
sure.
You're welcome to put your input in at any time.
No problem.
Yes.
I got some ideas on some Prize Picks for some shots on goal, but yeah, we'll see what we got here.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's hit the Positive EV page first for some regular bets, and then let's smash a Prize Picks and see what you got, what we come up with on the Positive EV page, and yeah, let's put one together for sure. This play, is that it? Is that the only? let's make sure that's right. All right. So yeah, I mean, this one I don't understand what's going on here. It's saying minus 104 on Caesars, but we only got two other books giving us minus 105. So no thanks on that play. No true edge really at all there. I mean, Kevin Love under 6.5 rebounds. I mean, I like the value for it, even at minus 129. I mean, you see FanDuel's at minus 174 on this play. So yeah, I know somebody was saying on Twitter earlier, they said, well, Miami's not a great rebounding team. So there you go. We'll go with that. Minus 129 for Love under rebounds. I mean, just look at Pinnacles at minus 159, DraftKings at minus 150. Pretty good value there. So let's go hit
Steven Batts, Mike, is on your Penguins money line, but he's going to take the Rangers puck line.
I can't hate that. No. Can't hate that at all. Love the Rangers tonight. I remember a guy was on the Rangers last year and caught all kinds of crap for it from Bob, and now look at them. They're
I'm on them this year. I'm on them this year. They got Tarasenko and Patrick Kane. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Okay. They weren't going to win the Stanley Cup last year, all right? And they didn't, and I was right again. Thank you.
Word.
I can tell you who's not going to win. I just can't figure out who is going to win.
Right. How about Darius Garland over 32.5 PRA at minus 104 on Caesars? We're already on there. If you got Caesars pulled up, smash this one out too, because it's incredible value, when you consider literally every single book favors this practically. I mean, 1, 2, 3 favorite. Bet Rivers at minus 109 on it. So would Barstool. Fliff. They're a data point to compare it to now. They're at minus 125 on it. So, and by the way, are anybody using Fliff?
Nope.
No, I'm not. Not yet either. Might definitely need to probably get on that. Alex did a video on Fliff, so if you all check that out on Twitter, it's a great video, very helpful for those of you wondering about Fliff. But anyway, Pinnacle at minus 119. So again, everywhere's favoring this. So I'm going to go ahead and hit that one too. Like it.
Tony, by the way, I got to get this real quick. He had 2 plays, folks, on college baseball tonight. Wichita State plus 175 on DK, and Grand Canyon plus 148 on FanDuel. He's already won one college baseball game today. Tony will bet on anything. And I'm thinking when the Olympics come along, him and I are going to be doing a show on water polo.
Yeah. That would be you, Bob. You're the water polo expert.
Well, yeah, totals. I'm all over.
Yeah. If you are using Fliff, this hero over 4.5 player assists looks pretty good. Minus 105, and literally looking like every book favors it heavily with juice. DraftKings actually doesn't, but they're probably taking a nap right now as well. But Caesars, FanDuel, BetMGM, Bet Rivers, and Barstool, Pinnacle, points bets evenly priced on it. So getting minus 105 on that play is tremendous value. But yeah, I think that's all I'm going to roll with right now. I got a ton out there right now. Nothing that's really striking me as I scroll through here that I'm crazy about taking here last minute. So I say we jump right into the prize picks.
Let's do the prize picks. Tony thinks water polo and curling, and definitely table tennis.
There you go.
Yeah. And I watched that video. By the way, that was Mike's suggestion. Said something to Alex about doing a video on it, and he did a great job. And I think I'm going to go ahead and join Fluff too. I mean, it's an opportunity to make some money, folks. Go watch it. You can see it on YouTube. Just go to OddsJam on YouTube.
Absolutely. All right. Let's pull up the positive EV page here and see nothing, only one play coming up on the positive EV page. So let's jump over to the low hold page and build from there.
Me smirk, Randall? Are you kidding me? I never smirk when you talk. Hello.
Sure you do. Sure you do. All right. Let's look at Tatum. Under 4.5 assists tonight. I'll roll with that. I mean, average odds minus 131, heavily juiced on most books. You got a couple of books at minus 130, minus 148 range. So, yeah, that's a pretty good one. Tatum's going to score and rebound, and his assists are going to be not essential to him. So let's go with it.
Can we do an NBA one and a hockey one? Greg can get in some of his player shots on goal. Okay, let's do two of them.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. So we're taking Tatum under 4.5 assists. We're going to stay in this game, and we're going to take Brogdon over 15.5 points and rebounds, minus 119. And you compare because we're doing a 5 and 6 pick flex, we're getting that minus 119 odds. Just comparing that to everywhere across the board, it's very obvious that it's favored on most books. So I like that play as well. And we'll look at John Collins here over 18.5 PRA. Doesn't look too bad. I mean, we only have a line on DraftKings and Pinnacle for this, because I guess Fliff too, but minus 131, minus 140. I'll roll with it. I'll roll with John Collins over 18.5 PRA.
Okay.
Dylan Brooks over 12.5 points. Nah, I don't like that one as much. You got other books that have a pretty good line on that. I do like this Fultz play under 4.5 player rebounds. Better than any line, getting the minus 119, better than any book. Minus 132, minus 141, minus 127, definitely worth adding. Pinnacles at minus 127, points bets at minus 140. Yeah. Roll with that one too. So what's that give us? 4?
Yep, that's 4.
All right, Tillman on an under 6.5 player rebounds. I bet this moved. See if it's still.
No, it's still at 6.5.
All right, snag it. Snag the under.
All right, let's do it. Let's hit it, and then I'm going to place this entry, and we will go ahead and tell you what we did on this one. We got Tatum under 4.5 assists. Brogdon over 15.5 points and rebounds. Collins over 18.5 PRA. Fultz under 4.5 rebounds. And Tillman under 6.5 rebounds. All right. Let's get an NHL one going here, Greg.
That's true. Any Fultz under is a good play.
All right. Now, listen to me. I've got the Taco Tuesday has, are you ready? It has Connor McDavid from 4 shots on goal down to 2.5. We're taking over 2.5 shots on goal. Yep. Okay.
Yeah, I saw that. That's a given.
There's one play.
Yep. What about Arvidsson?
Oh yeah, we got to go. He's been on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely. What do you think of these combos that they have? Where you got Stamkos and Nikita Kucherov, 5.5. You don't like those?
I don't like that. No.
It's like a parlay within a parlay. I have no part of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Arvidsson's number is 3 on Prize Picks.
Yeah. Over.
All right. Let's do it.
Like that.
Yes. Any there was a Pasternak under earlier. Let's see.
Sometimes I don't feel the unders on these, but what about Zucker?
Okay. And what about Lindholm over 2.5?
Lindholm?
Zucker's 3 shots on goal. You want an over or under?
Oh, did it? They must have bumped him. I was looking at it earlier.
Yeah.
It was 2.5.
Oh, it was 2.5.
They bumped him. Let me look at Zuck again.
What about Lindholm over? And actually, it's over 2 shots on goal. It's down to 2 on Prize Picks, and it's 2.5 everywhere else.
Over, the thing looking at, his last game against San Jose, he only had 1 shot, and against Vegas, he had 0, and he had 3 against Anaheim, but everybody gets shots on Anaheim. So even 2 kind of scares me.
Okay.
That's just me though, but I'm one of 3 here, so.
Right, Mike. What do you think? Lindholm over 2 shots?
I say we dive in a little deeper and see what we can find.
All right, let's keep digging.
We got several games here tonight, so
Patterson.
Patterson on an over?
Yeah, against the Blues.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he has good games against them.
Yeah, he had 7 against Chicago. So.
And the number is 3 on Prize Picks, so good.
I like Patterson.
Okay, we're adding that one. All right, so we've got McDavid, Arvidsson, and Pettersson so far.
You got to think somebody with the Rangers. I mean, they're playing Columbus.
Fox, maybe. Let's look at Fox.
Yeah.
Fox is at 2.
He was at 3 against Florida and 3 against Carolina.
Let's hit it.
I like that.
Let's hit it. We're going to go over on that. Over 2. And you got to remember, if it hits 2, it's a wash. Right. So it then goes from a 5 pick to a 4 pick.
Right.
All right. We need one more.
One other, I was looking at some of these earlier today too, and it's not a superstar, but it's Quinn Hughes going against the Blues, and it's only 2. I know the Blues do give up a few shots. I kind of like that one. He's been 4 against Chicago, 3 against Dallas. He only had 1 against San Jose, but he hit it in his previous 2. So he's 4 out of his last 5. He's hit at least 2. He's won 3 out of 5.
What about Gaudreau?
Johnny
on the under?
Yeah.
I think that was actually
he only had 1 shot against Montreal.
Man, he's went over the number in the previous 4. That was against Islanders, Washington, the Knights, and Anaheim. So against the Rangers, I mean, I could see it going under more so than going over.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I mean,
so
Montreal last game had 1 shot. So
yeah,
why don't we just make it 6 picks?
Yeah,
and take Hughes over and Gaudreau under, and then we got a 6 picker.
Let's do it.
All right, let's do it.
Will you be able to share your screen?
I'm going to in just a second, sir.
Okay, cool. I will.
Yes,
I'll put that in.
Yeah, no doubt. You got to put that one in. Like it. NHL one and an NBA one. You can share the NBA one again too, Bob.
I'm going to. Right now, sir. Thank you very much for helping me out there. All right.
You're so bossy.
Yeah, I know. I just love being bossed around. No, I don't. All right, our 5-pick NBA is Jason Tatum, less than 4.5 assists. Malcolm Brogdon, over 15.5 points and rebounds. John Collins, over 18.5 PRA. Markelle Fultz, somebody said they like any under with him, under 4.5 rebounds. And Xavier Tillman, under 6.5 rebounds. In the NHL, we got the Taco Tuesday pick. By the way, I've got 3 Taco Tuesdays now. I had Trae Young earlier, because I made another pick, and I had Steph Curry earlier. And now I got Connor McDavid. Over 2.5 player shots on goal. That is going to, I think it's got like an hour left. Victor Arvidsson, over 3 shots on goal. Elias Pettersson, over 3 shots on goal. Adam Fox, over 2 shots on goal. Quinn Hughes, over 2 shots on goal. And Johnny Gaudreau, Johnny Hockey, under 2.5 shots on goal. There you go. There's a couple of prize picks.
There it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, and he
Locked
likes
in.
the general bag. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. This was a lot of fun, and we'll do it again sometime. We just got to work out the time with Greg. Would love to have you on to talk, even if you only got 5 to 10 minutes to talk XFL.
No
Okay.
doubt.
Absolutely.
Because you're on fire, and you need to ride this streak of 19-5. And hopefully it's going to be 23-5.
I hope so.
You need to blow Twitter up, okay? You are the OddsJam XFL expert. You want to know anything about XFL? Go to
the voice. Go to the voice
voice.
himself, man. Simple as that. You want to know about the XFL? Who better to tell you than the voice of the
That's
XFL?
right.
I love it. Stick around, Greg. After we're out of here, we'll talk a few minutes. Thank you, guys,
Thank you.
for showing up. Thanks, Greg, for showing up. Mike, thanks for being here. Appreciate it. You helped out. Your comedy was great today. By the way, you should maybe think about a new career.
I'll give it some thought.
All right, thanks. Got to thank Randall for being here. Tony, Daniel, Jordan, Stephen Batsa, Brian. Oh, gosh, who am I missing?
Alan was in the building.
Alan, yes.
Daniel Schwartz, Jordan.
Daniel, I got Daniel earlier. Come on now. I'm not
Stephen
completely out of
Smith.
it, you know. Stephen Smith, I said him. All right, I got to go. Goodbye.